I am. It's Leon C. I got a very interesting and very important video to share with you. And I would say at the beginning, this is a continuation of a few of my other videos, and definitely a request by actually several of my viewers. Like I always say, you ask me the questions and I will deliver. So, I went ahead and made this video for you after doing my research and putting all my papers together. Okay? Now I want you to comprehend something. You got to be open-minded. And if you are willing to learn, continue to watch this. If you are of an adult spiritual realm and you're looking for advancement, keep listening. You're going to receive something. If you are looking for a direction with yourself and you're not so sure, this just may give you some direction. This is not up for debate, because the truth doesn't need to be debated. Okay? You are responsible for what you hear, for there are several other channels that you can actually toggle upon. But for this channel, this is for your empowerment. This is for your strength. This is to uplift you. This is to make my American family stronger. Today, I am going to give you some power, my American people. Today, you're going to be uplifted where you are delivered from a lot of issues of confusion with religion and direction. I'm going to help you based on a study that I have thought about ever since I was a kid. When I sat down in the church and they began to talk about life and death, it bothered me. And when the pastor would beat around the subjects instead of being direct, and me figuring out that they're talking about death, that most of us will reach death, and that for most of them who's been in the church, they have reached death since I have been in the living realm of my existence. You see how I said that? Follow my other videos. The living realm of my existence, since I've been living in my existence, because I know what my life is. So I live now. Some of you are just existing. You don't know what your life is. You don't even have a life. You're just functioning as an automaton. Okay? Look at my other videos and you see why I say that. So, let's get on to it. You saw the title. And for many of us, and for a lot of us, we have experienced that with our family and other people who've been close to us. Whether the question about heaven and hell, and some people believe in purgatory. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you know about these things if you, Morpheus, have never been there? Okay? I'm going to tell you that I've been doing a lot of thinking and researching since I was a child, because I didn't believe in death. Still don't believe in death. Okay? But I believe in the variations of development. Okay? And also, your life teaches you what it is all about. You just sometimes don't pay attention. All your answers is here on earth. Humanity itself gives you the answers that you need. You just don't pay attention to it. Most of us don't pay attention to it. So therefore, that's where I derive my information from all of you, from your books, from the religions, from the studies, and putting it all together in one piece and figuring it out. But I figured it out for myself. But I figured I'm all about empowerment. Why would I keep this to myself when there are other people like you that might need to hear this? This just might help you out and give you some direction of what I know. It's not about saying that this is the only way. But it is definitely telling you that you need to open up your eyes and your mind. So let's get started. As I talked about in my other videos, and I'm not going to go into the details with it, I'm going to say that heaven and hell, okay, is a condition of your life, not a place. Where you are right now is your condition, whether it is a heavenly existence or it is a hellish existence. Just travel the country, you will know that there is a hellish existence, and you may be able to experience a heavenly experience. That doesn't mean it's a place, because with your humanity, with mankind today in America, the reason why I say humanity, I describe that as a whole, as to the pan area of the human species, or the race of human species. But when I say mankind, let's not misconstrue and be misunderstood, because it's called the kinds of man. That also includes woman at the same time. When I say human, I'm just saying the entire circumference. When I say mankind, I'm being specific and saying kinds of men, because human is also considered as the kind of men. So it's mankind. Okay, so to be specific in this video, I'm just going to say humans. Okay, now you go to the church and you look for direction. I'm going to be your coach right now. As your coach and your cheerleader, since I got on red representing power and strength. Okay, I'm going to give you this ball. Let's call it football, even though I'm not very familiar with football, but I know a little bit about it. Okay, just a little bit, so you get a different idea. I'm going to give you this ball. It's called your soul. I want you to take this ball. Your task is to grab this ball and run it through the finish line and do a touchdown. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for all of you. That's where I want you to be, because when you make a touchdown, America is going to be elevated. When you make a touchdown, your children are going to have a future. When you make a touchdown, you're going to be the better man and the better woman that you know you can be. I don't want you to know you can be. I want you to know you can be and be what you know you can be. Because we know a lot of things, but we're not there. We have a lot of information, but we don't use it properly. I want you to use it and be what you know you're going to be. Right now, you're just learning to be what you know you can be. But I'm going to give you this football. I'm going to give you the power to be. All I ask is, in turn, is just to listen and open up your mind and learn. I'm going to give you the red pill now. Since you call me Morpheus, here's your red pill. Let's get it started. Now I'm going to take you outside of the matrix, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. All the religious institutions and indoctrinations are there to confuse you. They're there to give you a variety of outs, of missed scores and distraction. Your ministers and the false teachings that's not based on history, they are there to intercept you. They are there to make you fumble. And they're there to reject your ball, to make you start all over again. Remember, that ball is your soul. You'll say, why are they doing this? Why? Let me ask you a question on top of your question. Because they want something from you. Mr. Smith wants something from you. It's called your soul. That ball, it wants it. There are certain people who call themselves ordained or spokesmen of God. There are so many people and indoctrinator who call themselves, oh, I am a minister of this Presbyterian here, then I'm a Muslim of this, and then I'm a Catholic of that. You got all these separate different systems. and a multi-range, you should ask yourself, why is that? Because you have several forms of poison. You have several you have several points of distraction when it's your ball. Listen, it's your ball. It's your score. It's not theirs. When you was born into this existence, that ball was yours. Your task here is to take that ball and run it and do a touchdown by finding out where your soul belongs, and it does not belong to the opposite team, and it does not belong fumbled. Okay? Now let's get real with this. Because there's a task that the enemy don't want you to see. Don't call this enemy the devil. Call this enemy, for example, a vampire. A vampire is not necessarily a person per se. It's actually an ability. Like a vampiric energy. It's just vampire. Vampire just means you can vamp. It means you can take. That means you can suck. That's all it means. It's not a person. It's not a thing. It's not this creature's a vampire. No. It is an ability that there are some people in your congregation have. They want what you have because your ball is their chance not only at continuing their life, but to have an opportunity at another life again. Because they don't have one of their own. To vamp means you don't have the energy of your own, but you got to take. This is another reason why you feel in the church that energy connection between you and other people. That's that soul flow. That's the energy y'all feel between each other. But amongst that, if you listen to one of my other videos, you're going to get it. Okay? Listen. Like the religious programming. There are some people in that congregation that's not like you. They're mankind. And they're able to take that energy and to take your balls of soul and light and give you something in exchange, and it's called misindoctrination. I'm going to tell you why. Because your soul is real. You are two different people. This is you, and the inner person is you. When you are gone and you are practically, this body is dead and there's no more life in it, you are at a different chapter of your life. So in most cases, some people think your body's going to float, or your body will float away like a puff of air. Okay? For some people, that's real. For some people, it may not be. Because not everybody is alive. I told you that. Your task is to direct your soul. Not based on the Bible. Not based on religion. Not based on the fear of God or the fear of the devil or the fear of hell. Because neither of that exists. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Bear with me. Just listen. To you right now, I'm talking crazy, right? I'm Morpheus. Okay? And you're looking at a channel here to help you. This is actually for you. So take your time and sip on this wine. Go ahead and enjoy that red pill for a little bit, because eventually it starts sinking in. You're going to be like, oh. Watch. Just bear with me. Walk with me. Your task is to be responsible for your soul. The task of this world, why there's so much death, why there's so much confusion, why you think God is ignoring you, why do you think your prayers ain't being answered, why you're not empowered and all this stuff, is because there are vampires that are taking your life and your energy, and they want to constantly do that. The ultimate goal of why most people are led to the church, why it's been such a big indoctrination system, I'm going to tell you It's because what happens to you at the end of your road, when you clock out of this body, one of these days, you're going to thank Morpheus. One of these days, you're going to come across those people. You're going to come across that situation. You're going to think about it, and you're going to want to thank me. But your thanks to me is for me knowing that you are truly delivered and saved. That you are truly at the end of that touchdown, and you, bam, you knock the ball down. You're like, oh yeah, you're like, oh, one for the team. Then America will rise up and be stronger. Let's continue. There are 4 stages that some of you are very familiar with, especially if you're religious. But I'm going to break it down to you. Let's begin with the heaven factor of it. That's not a stage. I'm saying the heaven factor. People say it's going to be heaven. You want to know? I'm going to give you a little bit of proof and let you think about it. Because if there was a place that all you people go to after you die called heaven, heaven will be just like earth all over again. Because what you are doing now in this earth, what you are doing now in this flesh, what you are doing now, you are proving to your God and Creator what you would do if there was a heaven. Think about that for a second. I have an expression. It's called, what is above, so shall it be below. What is above will be the same here. You're in practice land right now. You're actually practicing in real time. So if y'all can't get along now, if you're sitting down in the churches or religious sectors now with the attitude, if you're struggling now, if you can't be delivered now, if you're allowing all these systems to get you down now, what makes you think after this body disappears and you go to a different place is going to be different? You're still going to be that same soul with that same energy and mentality. Don't even go there talking about, oh, we're going to change and be immortality. And no, I got angel wings. Really? Then why not have it now? Take the time and think about that. No, you are what you are now. You're going to be what you're going to be then. You're just going to be missing the flesh. What's making your body move is who you really are within yourself. So that means heaven will be turned upside down and depreciated, just like y'all depreciated Earth. It will be the same carbon or climate change, distorted tornado and earthquake all over again, because y'all like tearing up stuff. And even if you don't have a backhoe, even if you don't have a a jackhammer, even if you're not sitting up there creating a schematic to create a skyscraper somewhere, you're still participating because you're paying taxes for them to do it to your earth, and you allow it to happen. So you just as responsible as an accomplice. Now, the first stage, and this is a very big important one. Now, this is what I really want you to think about, of why you're getting indoctrinated. Why I'm telling you that the ball is yours, because I want you to, this is what it means to be saved. Being saved doesn't mean you're going to heaven, you're not going to die. That old nonsense. This is for adults here. That's not what being saved is. Okay, you're not saved from nothing. Okay, just go out there and go to a church on Sunday and just sit there. You know, if you want to, okay, just keep watching and you'll see there's going to be some hearse at every doorstep. Okay, there's always a hearse on every street. You're not saved from nothing. What can be saved is your soul being properly directed in the right direction, because they're telling you that there's no other way. Oh, you got to go through Jesus. You can't go no other way. There's no, like, God's really going to tell you that. Like, God is that smart where he's going to give you only one path of success and not other options, as if you're not an individual and don't have your own mentality. Strange. Anyway, they say, oh, this is the only door. Wrong. The reason why they're telling you that is because at the end of the road, when you lose this body and you've been believing in their indoctrination, which is the true devil, which is the true vampire, what you are submitting to, what you are signing up for when you say, oh, I believe, you are turning over your soul to someone else, to the ultimate vampires that want to usurp your energy. So therefore you become listen, just think, you will be lost because you didn't direct yourself. You let them direct you. That's why they want you to believe. That's why they want you in their congregation. It's not just to pay the tithe and offering and put the buildings up there. There's another dimension beside yourself, and it's called the spiritual. If this is too deep for you, this is not your channel. This is the elevated adult form of your spiritual awareness and focus. You understand? This is the Sphinx. If you can't handle it, go watch somebody else who's going to lie to you. Go watch TD Snakes or somebody. I'm here to truly deliver you away from that. This is not religion. This is facts. The reason why those Agent Smiths are there, okay, the reason why they got to go to school and college in order to indoctrinate you is so they can misdirect your soul. So when you die, when you pass away, okay, when your soul moves out of your body, okay, it's going to go directly what you signed up for and believed in, and it's not going to be heaven because heaven don't exist. Heaven and hell was already here, and you denied it because you started believing in their indoctrination. So therefore, whatever they have for you, now they got what you have had, which is your soul. They got you. Now they own you. Listen, for all eternity, because you believed, you signed up for it. Because you didn't direct the ball like you were supposed to. That means they have taken your life and vamped it. If you don't believe me, look at them. Now, the second place in which you may go, okay, it's called nowhere. When you don't direct yourself, you're not going to the church, you don't care about anything, your afterlife, you have no direction nowhere, you're just living this world and you just try to do it all the way around and you're done, then yes, you just become, excuse my French, fertilizer. Okay, she's gone. God bless your soul. Hold on. Nothing. 3. It's called reincarnation. I know you heard about that. That's getting another chance, but a chance in a different way. Because remember, your soul's not going to die. You'll say, okay, what about those who became nothing? I told you not everybody have a soul. Not everybody has that type of mission. You are a mankind. Like there's different kinds of car, different kinds of ice cream, different kinds of air, even though it's air, compressed air, carbonated air, the toxic air, or maybe just fresh air. It's still, but it's different kinds of people, different kinds of units. All you gotta do is open up your eyes to the real world. This is real life facts here that you can do your own research and figure it out. Different kinds. Okay. So there are some that just, you crack open the nut or the peanut and there's nothing there. Because there never was there. I'm going to tell you something. And this is from Morpheus. The identity of a person who does have a soul is a person who directs themselves. A person who is aware of their life. A person who's aware of their existence. A person who don't want to work as a slave for the rest of their lives. A person who respects and understands what real love is. Someone who wants to see the evidence of the Creator. Someone who is seeking for a higher realm of themselves. And they're pushing the ceiling like the anti-Bruce ceiling. Because they want to be more than this. When you begin to want to be more than your corporeal flesh, that's your soul speaking to you, knocking at the door. That's the butterfly issue, where you are becoming a butterfly and you're trying to break your shell so you can be more, because realistically you are more than this. So therefore, those that don't have it, they can't direct themselves. They're just zombies. They're parasites. They are susceptible to being vampiric individuals that want to just suck your energy because they don't have none. They're empty tank. So they got to keep taking from you and everybody else because they're lost. They have no direction. So without your energy, without your interest, without your focus, they just pass away. They're nothing. But those who do have an ideal of their soul, again, you have this third stage, which is reincarnation. Because you didn't give yourself a true direction. You didn't give yourself a real idea. You didn't give yourself a real focus or a real drive. And most times you didn't even know too much because you was misinformed by the indoctrinations and the religions and stuff. So now you really gotta start life all over again. It's almost like this, my dear family. This is real school here, not your indoctrination camps called public schools or colleges. Those are schools to teach you how to be a good puppet for the state and country. That's what that is. Okay. Your real school was when you woke up and you was conceived by your mother. When that little seed from the male and female just combine itself and boop, little bitty light there, little light switch. That's when your school began. So it is to learn of yourself, learn what you need to do now on earth, learn what you need to do while you are in this flesh, and direct your soul and your energy. Okay? 100% or as much as possible without being, what I tell you, without fumbling the ball. That's why they want to reject your ball, and just like basketball, they want to reject it. They want to knock it out of your hand and take it and give it to the other team because that's life, that's energy. That's what the indoctrination, that's what religion is. So you got that football and you're trying to dodge it. And sometimes you're unsure because you don't know who your teammates are. You don't know where to put the ball at. And you're trying to pass it. You can't pass it. Then you get tackled. Boom. Almost just a few feet away of the tackle line, of the touchdown line, right there where the goal is. And now you got to start life all over again as a newborn baby. Now you got to start all over again, maybe as a butterfly, or you got to start all over again as a different entity. Most times it's as a newborn baby. Don't you realize that there are some newborn babies that aren't really new? It's just somebody who was reincarnated. You just don't know. Let me tell you what happens. I know this. They call it star children. And listen, it's not that that they forgot themselves. Okay? They are figuring out themselves again. So they become 2 times smarter. I know this because I've spoken to some of these kids. I've taught some of these kids. You've been around some of these kids where they'll say the most craziest things. And you're like, how do they know that? Like, where did that come from? It's in them. What happens is this. They don't need that past life that they had. Okay? They don't need it. Because what they gained from that past life was a bit of wisdom and a bit of understanding and a bit of knowledge. Not worldly knowledge. Knowledge of life and existence itself. So what happens is once they are growing up and they're developing, they're finding their girth again. They're finding themselves again. They're finding the direction. So therefore, now when they have the football, they start all over again. They're familiar with the field now. Now they're like, okay, all right, I know what I'm supposed to do now. Let's do it. Okay. Now they understand. Now they comprehend. Now they begin to have just take the time and listen to some people sometime. Take the time to study and be like, okay, why are these people so knowledgeable? Or where do you get that information from? Or it's not in school. They don't teach that. Like, how are you getting? Because you are already aware. You've been down that road before. Okay? And that knowledge is already there. So therefore, your task as the creator, what I said, the creator brought you into life to live, not to die. You have a soul. If you have a soul, one way or the other, you're going to live. So if you mess up and flunk this class one time, you have to come back and do it again. Because your creator wants you to take that ball and make a touchdown and go Where? You'll say Morpheus. Okay, why? I mean, so if God does that, if you call it God, or your creator, or your energy, I'm going to get to that. Now we're going to the fourth stage. Now you understand a little bit about uh, reincarnation. You have to redo it again. Some people, not all, some people, those kids become geniuses, or they become very talented, or they'll be considered as star students or star children. Okay, or they become scholars at a very young age, or they end up getting skipped to the next class. You wonder where these genes come. Is it the gene? No, part of it may be genes based on the creator wanting that soul to come back between you and a certain guy, because putting y'all together will make the proper genes or the proper new body for this reincarnated soul. But most of it is the wisdom and the knowledge that the child already has. You see? But a lot of people aren't fortunate enough. And again, this is another reason why they are attacking your children. This is another reason why they're trying to dumb you down. This is another reason why you got poisons in your food. This is another reason why these indoctrinations and these misinformation is going on. This is another reason why you got all these distractions in the world, and it's attacking. This is why they're trying to impose on your children. Are you listening to Morpheus? Listen. This is why they're trying to impose on your children. This is why they want them to go to school as soon as possible. That's why they either put a textbook, they don't do that anymore because it's too real. That's why they put a computer in front of your child's face. That's why they want your children to interface with nothing but heartless, soulless, lifeless computers. This is why the war is not just against you adults anymore. This is why the war is against your children. Because somewhere in the world, somebody know what Morpheus is talking about.
Call from return trailers.
Okay? So what they want to do, now that this child has another opportunity, now the team is back there again and saying, oh, here he come. Here's the MPV. Okay, we're ready for him. They try to go back at it again. But this time, your child is 2 times stronger. But guess what? The enemy is 2 times stronger too. Because if you see the changes of the world, if you see why they're coming up with all these movements, these gender pronouns, these distractions, these cell phones, these poisons, these radiations, because they want your child's soul. And if they get your child's soul, they can steal America's future. I got another video coming for you. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Watch video number 2.